Thank you. Thank you. My friends, it's a big honor to be here today. Let me start saying that we have all these 2026 CPAC in Hungary. It's a great symbol of resistance. And Hungary has been a big symbol of resistance last years. And I would like to congratulate, before of anything else, our Hungarian friends, because they are a big symbol of resistance. Thank you, Viktor Orban. Thank you, Hungary, for your fight and for standing for freedom in Europe. We are facing difficult times. We are having more and more a centralization of power in Brussels that is affecting our freedom all around and all across Europe. Brussels is not being the light of freedom right now. Brussels now is the symbol of censorship and dictatorship. They are trying to destroy all the European right, all the European conservative, and all the European parties who fight for freedom and fight for our countries. We are all Europeans. We fight for Europe. We want Europe great again. But we need to know that Brussels is fighting with us for a great Europe and not fighting against us for diminishing Europe. Nowadays, Brussels is fighting against Europe and against European sovereignty. We cannot accept that. So the Hungarian resistance against the centralization of Brussels, it's the proof, it's the symbol of what we need to be stronger and to guarantee that we will fight and we will prevail in the future. Do not have any doubts about this. The left will not prevail in Europe. We will prevail in Europe. The right will prevail in Europe. The conservatives will prevail in Europe. Let me, because this is an important moment for it, we are in a very specific moment in relation to the freedom of speech. Brussels and the European Union are now approving faster and faster and faster new waves of rules to limit our freedom of speech, to censorship, to implement censorship in the social media, and to limit our ability and our capacity of free speech. The Digital Services Act, it's the main proof that Europeans is trying to control our minds, that they are trying to control our speech, and they are trying to control what we think about everything. When we built Europe, it was not in the beginning thinking that one day they will try to limit our freedom of speech and our freedom of free thought. But they are doing that right now. And they are threatening countries like Hungary, but also the Czech Republic and even other Western countries, that if you don't think like us, we will cut you off the money. We will cut you off all the funds. Hungary is paying a high price because of that. All our history, it's a history of fighting for Europe and fighting for freedom. We have to choose between the Brussels money and our conscience freedom. And if we have to choose between Brussels money and our conscience and our freedom and our values, I propose that we fight for our values, for our freedom, and that we defeat the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and all the European powers. Thank you. We are changing Europe. Step by step, we are changing Europe. It's not just here in Hungary. We are really doing it. We are doing it in Portugal. We are doing it in Spain. We are doing it in Italy, in Germany, in Belgium, in the Czech Republic, in Italy. I've seen so many leaders and friends here. We are changing Europe. Let me give you two small examples of what we are achieving and what we can do in the future. We are now, in Portugal, the second largest party. That was impossible 10 15 years ago. But we also had 33% in the last general presidential election. The same is happening all around Europe. Let me give you, thank you, let me give you two examples. In the parliament this year, in the Portuguese parliament, we achieved something that is important for the future of Europe. We are facing waves and waves of uncontrolled immigration, and especially Muslim immigration. So in Portugal, we proposed to ban the burqa of the Muslim women all around the country. The left was very strong against us, but we managed to do it. We banned the burqa from Portugal, and we can do it all around Europe. We banned burqa from Portugal. Because if people come to Portugal or to Spain or to France or to Hungary or to France or to Germany, if they come to Europe, they have to respect our values. They have to respect the way we live. They cannot say that they don't accept our religion, our freedom, the way women or men live. Europe is a Christian continent. We will always be a Christian continent. We will always be a Christian continent. Like the gender agenda, the gender sex transformation in schools. Yesterday, the Portuguese Parliament approved in our proposal that children cannot change sex or gender freely because they are children. They are children. And the left is attacking brutally our children. But we managed to do it, step by step. Not in one moment, not everything in the same day, not everything in the same month, but we did it. We are transformation. We are in the process of transforming Europe. Of course, they don't like that. They are trying to stop us and they are trying to hurt us. They are trying to sue us. They will try everything. But we have to be convinced that we are winning right now. Because it's not only Portugal or Hungary or Czech or Italy. We are winning. We are not power in all European countries, but in the most of the European countries. We are now in the process of winning. The last video before my intervention was from a great friend of mine, the president of Chile. I've been with him in Madrid and I've been with him in a lot of events like this. 7 years ago, he didn't think that one day would be president of Chile. But he is today president of Chile. And he is president of Chile and he is doing what he promised us to do. Sometimes in Europe, we have the temptation of thinking that the world starts and finishes in Europe. I am European, I love Europe. I'm Portuguese, I love Portugal, I love Europe. But there are more people in the world now fighting for freedom, fighting for conservative values, fighting for Christian values. So, if you allow me, I would like to make three special names mentioned here at this CPAC because I think they really deserve this mention. I'd like to mention our great friend Javier Milei because he's a great friend of us. He's a great president of Argentina and he's changing Argentina for much better. And he's a great friend of us here in Europe. I'd like to mention José António Cast because he's changing Chile and he's changing the way we see politicians. And if you allow me, because for our Portuguese culture this is especially important, our Brazilian friend Jair Messias Bolsonaro. And I'd like to mention him here because I know, maybe all of you know, but I know, he's now in jail. He's now in jail for 27 years. President Bolsonaro is in jail for 27 years because he fought for freedom, because he fought against corruption in one of the most corrupt countries in South America, that is Brazil. You know, we have a lot of Brazilians living in Portugal right now. Most of them, they voted for me and they voted for Chega. But they know the corruption which was installed in Brazil for the last decade. And we had one man, Jair Bolsonaro, fighting against corruption, fighting against Lula da Silva, and fighting for a new great Brazil country. is now in jail, and I would like all the world, I would like all Europe, I think we should, I think he deserves. Today is his birthday. He makes today his birthday, and I would like us to thank him for his fight, for the Brazilian fight, and for the fight against corruption. Thank you, Jair Bolsonaro. Thank you, Flávio Bolsonaro, for your fight for a new Brazil free of corruption. I know my time is very short here, but I don't want to finish my intervention here without to talk on immigration. We are facing several changes, several and difficult challenges this time. Portugal, like most of the countries in Europe, are facing an immigration problem right now. We were the country, percentually, that more immigrants received on the last 10 years in Europe. If you go today to Lisbon, you probably would not recognize it, because it would seem like you are walking in Pakistan, on Saudi Arabia, or Morocco. I know Paris is the same, I know Brussels is the same, I know Amsterdam is the same, I know. But Lisbon was not that. Now if you go there, to Lisbon, to Porto, to Braga, to the most important Portuguese cities, you will see a lot of new uncontrolled waves of Islam immigration, Moroccans, Syrians, Pakistanis, Indians, Nepalese, everywhere. We were never against immigration, but we cannot accept that this immigration destroy the identity of Europe. So we propose, and the government accepted, and we propose, and the government accepted, and we will do it. We are not against anyone, but we cannot accept in Europe people who come illegal to our continent. All those who come illegal to Europe must know, and must know that we are serious about that. They must know that we will send them back to their countries because they don't belong to Europe. They come illegally to our continent, and we will not accept them here. We need the people who come to here to respect our values, to accept our way of living, and to accept the identity of our continent. This is not being against human rights. This is not being against human rights or constitutional rights. This is not being against our history after the Second World War. This is defending our identity. We can take no more of immigrants. We can take no more of people coming everywhere from the world, living off our healthcare system, living off our social security, and being in our countries without we even know who they are. We are now facing strong and severe waves of criminality in some European cities because of uncontrolled immigration. I know this is not politically correct, but this is the truth. And we promise to defend the truth. We stand for truth. We stand for our values, and we stand for a new continent. We are not standing for politically correct. So when we fight the good fight, the victory, I'm sure, will be ours. Today, Viktor Orban thanks the Portuguese Chega, and he used the Portuguese saying. There is another Hungarian expression. I will try my best to read it correctly. But it says, Miénk a Jerusalem, which means the victory will be ours. You have to believe this. This fight will be hard, this fight will be tough, but at the end, in Portugal, in Spain, in France, in Belgium, in Germany, in Hungary, in Czech, in Italy, in all the European countries, my friends, we will win. We will defeat them, and we will win for the future. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.